we are the here. Microphone's working, right? Good. Alright. I haven't finished doing my cat grinding. I had a small interruption. And it seems that Mana's been released from jail. Yeah, so Mana got accused of burglary and stealing shit. Well, burglary and assault, which she did neither. But I got into the shop before it was technically supposed to be opened. Bought some stuff from the shopkeeper, was about to make my way out, then the door shut, and then the guards spotted me, and then they raised the alarm. So, I guess, skill issue, maybe. Rip, and rip. Today's been a bit of a day. Oh, also, before I go too much further into things, what we've got right now is a slightly updated mod list, and it's updated in the sense that, like, one of the mods that I got, fixes some of the AI, so it's a little bit more, like, NPCs will carry their downed allies to nearby beds, for example. There was also, as you can see, a change in the UI. But as a result, which you can probably tell by the fact that this shopkeeper is different, if you've been paying attention between the parts, to make sure nothing broke, I imported the save. Now, for those that don't know, importing the save is basically a world soft reset. Any, like, NPCs that are, like, currently supposed to be alive and walking around get reset in their positions and their AI and everything. A multitude of other states that, if are not, like, player dependent, are reset. And you can choose what things, like, are retained. Like, you can choose to not retain faction information between you and other factions. You can also choose to just not carry over your settlements or squad formations and stuff. But in this case, like, I basically carried over everything, including, like, whether or not certain NPCs, probably important NPCs, are dead or not. Which means that a lot of things are going to end up being jumbled. So, it's going to feel a little weird. One of the big ones is that, like, nests and, like, bandit camps that were there before I did the, like, conversion are no longer going to be there. Or they're going to be moved. One of those two things. Which means, like, some of my walking around is going to be fucked with. But some things that aren't fucked with is, like, my town discovery. Like, we started from Mongrel and everything still, so I have Mongrel on the map. We have all the hive locations and stuff. My wallet wasn't affected. The inventories that I have aren't affected, but things like shop inventories would have gotten affected, like if I loaded it before I did the conversion, and I checked out the inventories after I did the conversion, they would have appeared vastly different. Because they have to be generated separately when you talk to the NPC. So that is, like, all stuff that needs to be considered. Hey, like that. Now, one might think that this ruins the notion that I took about the world, right? Not so. The Holy Nation Outlaws, the tech hunters, they're still buying tools at 400% above their, like, market resale or sale price point. The in-game Adventurers Guild, because of the mod, they're still buying sake at like 50% above. Like, that's still true. Some of the more minor numbers might be affected a little bit, or a lot of it. But overall, like, we should still see good value in that. So I'm currently on my way with Gracia to Ishijuku. And we are Probably gonna make a stop through Treefall. But we're definitely gonna stop by the hub. Because I have a fuck ton of medical supplies, and we know the hub is going to buy those like nobody's business. But in the interim, we're gonna have Mana see what she can do. So one of the things that I do, or at least should, worry about is definitely going to be what else could have gotten set, as well as like, you know, where and how am I going to make money, because like buying these books is going to be a little bit costly. I don't necessarily want it costly, but we want to find somewhere where it's a good value. With that said, you don't have any tools. What about your competitor next door? Because we still want to gear people up. That's the thing. We want to gear everybody up. We want to, like, do the whole Adventurers Guild bit. Can't do that if we don't have cats. And we can't get cats if we're not actually trying to make cats in some way, shape, or form. We don't have anything. Whale piss. This could be a food run. This may be a food run. At the moment... Hello. Yes, I know that needs electricity because somebody made it so it requires one electricity to actually work. As a means to have a toggle, but as a result, that means I can't actually manually use the damn thing. What you got? Copper plates, building materials, iron plates, and weight. I'm gonna say I'm not out of money. That's fine. Discount. More of those. Alright, that'll do me. Well, I'm gonna cancel what Mana's doing. Do I just send Mana out to, like, scout a little bit? We did discover Last Stand. I want to see if Last Stand is much different to the, like, Oddmog. Because I'm curious if it is or not. Because it's still technically Shek Kingdom territory. I want to keep an eye on Gracia, though, because Gracia is very slow, not just including the fact that Gracia is running around with a heavy-ass backpack on her back. Because she's got a lot going on. Owain is currently working this thing until it's full, which I don't know when that's going to be. We're also making a carbon mine. This coal seems like it's going to be necessary. We also got iron resources nearby that we can, you know, get. Yes, I get it. It needs electricity. You can stop now. Mwah. Weirdo. He's going to lantern. Honestly. So, for the time being, until we can get electricity, which means we're going to need more research books anyway, we just can't fucking use this stupid thing, and that's really frustrating, because that's supposed to be a base game thing that you can use. It means I have to find an alternative. Which we just don't have at this time. Carbon mine setup. We don't have basic building materials, otherwise I could build a torch. So that way we have nighttime stuff going on. Really quick. Who's under attack? Gracia is by what? What is nearby attacking her? Fuck. Starving bandits again. Get your shit. And yeah, I did have food on me. Yeah, there's a lot more readability with how the text is now. Though, unfortunately, something that it does, and Mana's a great example of this, is that it changes, like, good text like this from green to white. Which is good for things like this, but it's not good to read things like this. Like price markup, 99%, which is actually beneficial to the player. So, the UI mod that's doing that is fantastic, don't get me wrong. It's just definitely a little frustrating. I might try to stop Gracia. I took her fucking weapon again. Son of a bitch! That's really fucking frustrating. That wasn't theirs to take, damn it. Just an adventurer. Just in my bag, which is presently not here. Sure, loud and clear. Please get out of my face. Dickhead. Okay, let's go. Ooh, except we can't. Orphan. We don't talk to the orphans. Well, we can. It's just they're going to want to be recruited. And I'm not going to do that. Let's go back to where I dropped the backpack, which should be around here somewhere. Oh, shit. Is that a fucking camp? All I'm seeing is that there are a lot of bandits there. That might be a camp if they're not, like, thinking of making one. There it is. Lana's still on her way there. Lon is aimless. Hello, Jinder. How is you? But yeah, we're mostly just gonna, like, this as something of a chilled stream, I suppose. Mostly because your boy has to do a little bit of grinding. Sleepy? I hear you there. Ah, shit. Yes. Fucking bandits. Okay, grab it. And yeah, sure enough, that counts as a fucking bandit camp. Go. Cool, great, love it. I really don't. Dude, you are like torn up, and you are like refusing to actually attack. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna save really quick, just in case. Just in case something breaks here. Okay, we're near last stand. So, like, last stand is weird. Because it's kind of split between two walled enclosures. One's ultimately like a barracks. And the other one's kind of like a town. Kind of. I'm gonna go check out this medical facility. Did the starving bandits give up? Well, if they didn't, they're about to get their shit pushed in. Shit pushed in. Good stuff. Alright. So now on top of the list of things that I gotta do, I gotta get Gracia another weapon. Because Gracia's weapons... taken from her. Her arrest. Okay. And yeah, you sell the medkit stuff for free. And if I do... it just saves me research, though I have to get to those tech levels first. Gonna check the other side. This does not appear to be a matter of they're gonna really be that different. But yeah, see, this is like the side that you as a player are going to care about the most, because it has a bar, a weapons store, an armor store. Like, Last Stand actually has merchants, if you care. I talked to you not a minute ago. Fuck off. God, is your memory that bad? Worse than mine. But... yeah. Hello? Yes, Crank? Alright. Let's see. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't buy that from me. It's not anymore. So this is like the primary way that I would make money, and it feels really exploitative with these mods. Because the hub really needs medical supplies, apparently. So what I do is I just run back and forth between Squin and the hub, and I make money that way. But that's really not good. At least it doesn't feel good. It feels incredibly exploitative. Especially when you find out that they'll also buy robot fixing tools at an absurd markup. Because in vanilla, 15k is nothing to sneeze at. In the mod, 15k is unfortunately just a small drop in the bucket. Okay, why do you have a decreased amount of cats? That's weird. I don't have anything I'd want to buy. Because having a decreased amount of cats would imply that he bought stuff from somebody. What the hell, man? Buying shit from people? Ah! I have been booed. Like the spooky boo. Yeah, sure. You've got money. We wanted Gracia to be more barbarian-esque, if I recall correctly, so I need to get another axe. One of the mods I got also fixed these bridges with the shields on them, so hopefully Pathfinding is better. Let's see. The bar's going to be the best place to check, because they might have medical supplies and stuff. At least they're going to have the greatest variety. What you got? You got more shek that I can recruit. Sportslanders? No Sportslanders. You! The barman glares at you. It's like, the fuck you want, outsider? I like to trade. No. Same shek stuff, so it really is faction specific. Well, sucks to be you, I guess. What you got? Armor. Checks out. Armor 2. Right, you're heading to the Adventurers Guild, one of their towns. So I don't really want to go too much farther into the spider plains. It's mostly just a giant fucking risk if I do. Let's get back to the road. Then I'm thinking of following the road along towards the northeast. And maybe go east past Barco and see if I can't, like, get over to Treefall. Something from here. Like, see if there's anything... Well, we found the Blue Cleaver hideout down here, so it's really not going to be that big of a difference. This is something that's nice about having a outpost, is that people will visit. Because of one of my mods, I won't get raided until this is bigger than this. What you got? Holy shit, you got tools. And food. And overpriced books. Why are your books overpriced? How come? Why you gotta do that? Not fair to... Lantern. Don't mind if I do. Hey, Wayne. Would you like a lantern? Because I have a lantern, so you can work in the dark. So Wayne for right now is the laborer, and Solana's going to be the engineer. Goes to the belt slot. Alright, put the books in that inventory. That's something that would have been nice. But I kind of want to get electricity now. The basic exercises is good. Fat load of good it does. Well, no, that thought doesn't deserve to be finished, because it does do good things. We need a way to make electricity, though. Look into wind generation. Then, fingers crossed, we got enough to actually do something with that and make a windmill. Because we need what we need. Here's the road. Well, I feel like road is a generous descriptor of what this is. Let's follow it, jump over to Gracia, go sell our sake to the Adventurers Guild, make a small tidy profit. Oh yeah, we also got brandy and wine. Small profit all over the place. Got tools. Oh, but you got an authentic skeleton kit, and I can actually sell that. These are really cheap. Probably sell that for a tidy little profit as well. There are tools. Holy shit, there are tools? Surprised they didn't stack. Yeah, no, that'll make a tiny little buck. What the hell did we find up here? A camp of some sort. Whose camp is it? It's treated as an animal camp. Bandits? Fucking bandits, goddamn! The Reloaded World is having a fucking bandit problem. Well, Lana, you good? Okay. Let me do. Want to shut my door on the way out? Ugh. Well, my fiance's got to be up a little bit early in the morning, so it is now officially more quiet hours. Because I do want to stream for a while yet. Almost there, Gracia? Not yet, huh? Damn me and my impatience. Mana's at the end of this road. It really doesn't seem like and like, there's an extended discoverability range from what I've noted. Yeah, no. Ruins, no nothing. Flat, barren wasteland. And there are you dickheads, berserkers, a lot of ya. Okay, got ourselves wind generators. This way to get all the way over. Hub is good. Probably want to start by running north, not through Burko. There we go. Gracie is here. This one, we'll sell the authentic tools there. Let's see if I can build. It's gonna be under. I would think it'd be under electricity. Perhaps not. Ah, power. Wind generator requires 8 iron plates, 5 copper ingots, and 5 copper plates. Oh boy. It's essential to have batteries as backup, which we currently do not have. Alright. At least get started on it. We got the iron plates. We have electrical components. Oh boy. It's under attack. Oh. By a Savannah Hound that she is somehow outrunning. Girl can run. That's their nest. We're then going to run over to the Great Fortress. While Mana's running, because I largely don't need to worry about her. Straight. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Another 6,000 cats. That was really weird. It just unloaded everything inside of the shop. Why you gotta do that? Okay. We actually need some shit. Can't. Oh, actually, copper ingots, copper plates. both. A little extensive. Copper alloy plates. God, the hub is worthless when it comes to this. And we need copper ingots and copper plates. We'll check here. Because this is tech traders. We got the copper plates. Buy them in some excess. That's frustrating. Hello there. Could you imagine if, like, a cow was that big? Got some weird ass hooves. Okay. I guess I can also check the stumble in. This is a bit of a problem. I don't know off the top of my head where we can get just copper ingots. An issue that. Actually, I think Mono will get to swim before Gracie does, so I'll get Gracie to check the stumble. That's gonna be my best bet. More than likely. I feel like I should start tripping my office. Make it so that way, like, my voice doesn't carry as far. Part of that. I mean, hanging up more stuff, really. See my walls, they're really barren. It's like I'm a dwarf, living inside of a cave, almost. Not me getting distracted with Discord. No, no. Never happens. It's like, I'm surprised the first ad break hasn't gone on, but that's because I'm focused on, like, doing commentary while also playing the game. It's something I feel like I don't always do. You know? But, like, tonight I just kind of felt like it was a little bit more on the necessary side. Trying something, really, because back in my last playing days, that's kind of how you... Excuse me, yap to yourself. Oh. What? What was going on? I guess a trade ninja was being a bastard. Not have copper ingots, at least from what I can see. This is bullshit. Nope, there's one. Okay, hopefully that's the right thing. So now we know what that looks like. Helps when you know what it looks like when buying it. God, that's so weird now that like, animal nest that used to be there moved. Now it's really safe to just sprint across the desert like this. Bit unfortunate. But hey, that's what happens when you import your save file. Things change, man. I'm just glad that this game allows a save file import so I didn't have to start all over again. If you ask me, based move on the developer's part. Stops things from breaking. Getting the hell out of hand. Well, when it comes to mods, anyway. Dude. I literally felt like I just looked away for a minute and Mana already crossed the rest of the distance. Christ. But yeah, this is barely not enough cats to actually keep us going, honestly. We're gonna need more. Way more. And part of that is we need Gracia to have another weapon. Ugh. Oh yeah, no. Mana was the right choice to send down here. Because Gracia is taking forever and a day. Store. Nice orange for a loser. Dude, I am the weakling. I only have a strength score of 9, but you will live to regret it if you keep taunting me. Do you have more copper ingots? Ah. Bruh. Okay, fuck me, dude. Oh my god, that's awful. I hate this because it's too well lit in there, but I'm thinking about it. Because that would be the other 4 copper ingots I need. Dumbass just hadn't turned them into anything yet. Not for sale. Like they totally should be. But what do I know? Ugh. Et2 have nothing for me? Oh dear. The cat is meowing. Thou hast been fed, feline. I know I did. I did it like 40 minutes ago. Be checking here before they close. Here's where everybody went. I love how they don't even load in until they're like... Well, until you get in there, to be perfectly frank. Let's focus on getting what we need. Which right now is going to be electricity and some other buildings. So since Mana's so quick, I'm going to have Mana do a run. We just want building materials since we can't make our own at the moment. Until we get electricity, which requires copper ingots, which will require something else, I'm sure. Alright. I'm just going to go for a straight shot. We want to check... No, we have no upcoming events. Good. So that might have been a fix, because I ultimately was looking for a mod which would fix the rebel farmers coming in to, like... I spoke too soon. I was looking for a mod to fix that, basically, because I'm not responsible for their leader getting captured. I ultimately didn't find one, as you can tell. So now they are going to make their way from, should be around here. shots. But yeah, they basically start all the way up here, and they're going to make their way all the fucking way down to here. And they're just going to try to make my life a living hell. So I couldn't find the mod that fixed that. I know it exists. I don't know what keywords to use to find it. But it basically disables those kinds of raids directed towards you if you are not responsible for their leader getting killed or otherwise kidnapped. Like if the world state changes, but the player's involvement wasn't a part of it. I don't know how the game checks for that necessarily. That sounds like witchcraft. There might just be a flag that's put in that's like player's presence. So it might even be that just so long as you were there when the leader gets killed, then that flag is tripped. But again, that's speculation. It sounds like fucking witchcraft to me. Like I say, I think Gracia made it to Squin, so Gracia's gonna go to Hummock to drop off all those tool purchases. Excuse me. God, the shitty thing is the outpost is actually just gonna need fucking walls at this rate. Blah. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Alright, they're gonna play. So I'm just gonna save really quick. Nope. And then we're gonna pause. We're gonna go on break. Now is a good time to get up, stretch, get hydrated or whatnot if you need to. Otherwise, you know, do what you need to stay as healthy as you can be. But otherwise, don't go anywhere unless you need to go to sleep. In which case, go to sleep. Because we'll be back with more Kenshi. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, ads are done. Let's get back into it. I don't know why I sound like a cowboy. I just sort of do. I say with like the worst Western accent that could possibly be. Maybe not the worst. I feel like the worst would be some like these. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. Something. Either way that you look at it. It would help if I had my OBS open so I can see the chat as well as keep an eye on the stream's health. But yeah. This week I've mostly just been distracted rather than like grinding in anything. Kind of beating myself up that I'm not doing or working on the projects that I've been wanting to work on. That's a thing that I shouldn't beat myself up over as much, I feel like. Still, you know, I want to work on that Nuzlocke. I want to finish it. I just don't have the motivation to, for some reason. Maybe I'm burnt out. I don't think I am. I think I'm just procrastinating, to be perfectly honest, because I don't want to grind. Which may also explain why I haven't been working on Kenshi. Because, like, when I put it that way, you know what I started? I started playing Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, because like I wanna finish the Kiryu story before getting into Like a Dragon Yakuza at some point, which like playing Gaiden I feel like is the best lead up into that, even though it came after Like a Dragon Yakuza. Because it explains why Kiryu was absent during his time, or why Kiryu isn't the main protagonist, and why he does ultimately show up in the 7th game, the 7th mainline game anyway, or at least partially explains it. Like, why is it that he's not afraid to show his face anymore? Why is he wearing his usual suit and everything? So, you know, something I had started and wanted to sink my teeth into. So far, it's been a fun experience. Like, I've gotten to chapter 2. But, speaking of things that, you know, I've been procrastinating with, I fucking got an Nikkei again. God damn me. I still have yet to spend any money on the game, which I'm proud of myself for that. But I was interested in picking up Siren. Like pulling for her, and once I was interested in doing that and I got into the game, turns out there's a lot of shit going on, or that has been going on, that has resulted in me getting like fucking 200, 300 pulls. And while part of that is like getting deeper into the story and getting more of the free-to-play currency, a good fucking deal of that the fuck's making that noise in the game. A good deal of that has actually been because I've been making progress in the game's story. So, if anything, I've just been getting pretty lucky in that respect. Don't have copper ingots. What good are you? Mike, do you have copper ingots? You do. Oh, you blessed person. He also sell those at a markup, which ticks me off. Materials at least. All right. Then from here we'll make our way. This one skeleton repair kit. It'd be nice to recruit a skeleton. But I'm biased because skeletons don't have a, like, upkeep cost. They have a maintenance cost if they get damaged, but they don't have an upkeep. Like, somehow, some way, and I don't understand how or why, skeletons in this game can just work infinitely. They don't need electricity, which is like, how? And they have oil for blood. It's very much a... How in the hell does that make lore sense? I don't know, frankly. And I don't know if I want to know. Because that sounds like somebody made a deal with the devil, so like, oh shit. Gotta stuff shit in his backpack. Here. Very Chrysler. Don't have anything to build necessarily with it, but hey. Got research to do, which I will make sure to do. Full yet. Started on the carbon mine. All in. I shift click. I know I did. Okay. Lighting is nice. We're gonna want makeshift walls. So we're gonna do that. Also want to look into gas lanterns. Those are faction specific stuff. Smithing, clothing manufacturer. Any of that. We want to be able to make, like, all this on our own. Go ahead and do that. It's not your job, but it'll pay to have higher science. Prospect side of things, I feel like. Storage stones. Stone dust. Oh. There we go. I want to use these ones because they're upgradable. Store it outside. Store it outside. general justice for like everything. Oh, because that's camp storage. Have them dismantle that. Okay, Gracie's going slow and steady. Yeah, it'll be nice to have light, because... yeah, Jin is straining his eyes. While we wait... I know there's a bigger town here, but I want to see if I can't work with somebody from the swamps to fill Gracie's slot. What's his name? Here we go. Sare. So we can get a Sare on the team. Yeah, it seems like a perfect task for Mana, seeing as she's so quick. And now unencumbered. Should be relatively nice though. Blueprints on her. Wait. Turn around. Still got 2 more books. Okay. That seems wrong. That seems wrong that I can store those in there, considering that the other one won't be stored. Alright. Let the tree fall then. See if I can't find their bar. If they got a bar, see if I can't recruit Scorchlanders. Scorchlanders are good dexterity weapons. Gracie needs a weapon. First, I'm gonna have her drop off all of her building supplies onto Solon. And then once he's got it, then I'm gonna have Gracie go to Ardmog to buy a weapon or 2. Again, if we're thinking barbarian, we're gonna do axe. Something for strong lady to wield. Open that quest list again. And I'm just gonna make it its own tiny view. The window. There we go. Because Gracie has a sword. Gotta love that 7% efficiency. Gotta watch my volume. Efficiency 60%. Stoner's just is higher over here. I mean, I won't really complain. Hold, is this... No, the song's called Hyperior. I'm gonna go to Treefall. What you doing, girl? I've also been, like, working on a song, kind of? I have no idea where to go. I have a basic little lead-in that I think should be part of a bridge. I've never written lyrics. I've barely ever written a song before, so I'm not entirely certain how to proceed, other than attempting to wing it. Because I've composed a couple of pieces before. Nothing that I've kept, unfortunately, so I have nothing to reference. Writing music is hard, though. As somebody that, you know, prides himself on some creativity, just is a big, fat, procrastinating fucker. It's difficult, to say the least. Would that I could make myself write all the damn time. Not just music, like everything in general, because I still gotta work on my D&D campaign. I really should just take stuff one step at a time, huh? I don't know. I'm voicing my thoughts to the void to see if the void will call back. But yeah, I'm definitely stuck in the songwriting process. I would say I'm stuck in my other creative endeavors as well, but that's not 100% accurate. If I were stuck in those endeavors, I wouldn't know how to proceed. And I know where I want to go. Like, I want to create a map for an area with Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just not satisfied with the results of it, really. And I don't want to, like, rush through it just because of that. Like, that's my issue there. Shit, there's copper fucking way up here. Like, I almost feel like I need a fucking, like, dungeon asset pack or something. Something which has little bits and bobs that I can use for a map. Instead of, you know, what I have right now. Research complete. Makeshift walls. Okay, Gracia. Parade. Yeah, sure, autosave. Ingots. All the stuff. Weigh him down. Alright, now we head to Oddmog, where we are going to get ourselves a thingamawhatsit. This will allow us to actually use this stupid thing. I would also like to make a fuel generator as something as, like, backup power. That is turned off most of the time, but is turned on when, like, we don't have wind. So that way we still have energy so we can still use this stupid thing. I really hate that it actually requires power, though. Like, why? Okay, we got gas lanterns. So now I'm going to make lighting in here. That feels weird. Requires an iron plate, and that's basically going to be the one job that's in here. That doesn't feel right. There we go. We want a standing post. Here. here. I don't know how wide the lighting goes. That unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to work too well. Okay. Well, yes, this is a basic wall indeed. Okay, big thing I need to remember here. Aside from the obvious. This is where a grid would be handy, but I can always redevelop. Let's do a gate. Develop there. Hang on. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back. When the fiancé asks for a blanket, you get them a blanket. That is what I will say of what has transpired. Alright, I'm back. Oops. I'm not in love with how this looks, but we'll redevelop. Ooh, really don't like that, but that'll help keep us defended a bit at least. Just don't have a way to fire back at the moment. That'll just mostly keep the wildlife out. Start with that. We need level 2 walls and crossbow turrets for that to be any damn good. But yeah, if nothing else, that can help buy us some time. Yeah, that'll take some time. Basic exercises, so that way when we recruit people, we can help train them up. Ah, right, you're going to Oddmog. Things are looking pretty good, I think. Outside of the fact that we are going to be raided by some very angry farmers. So we will need to defend our base somehow. There we go. Finish my alcohol. My favorite alcohol, which, frankly, considering the events of tonight, I didn't deserve the best alcohol. Oh. Are you getting mixed up into a fight? Don't get mixed up into a fight. Go. None of that. Oh, right. This is also swamp area, which is the most prone to crash. Citizen. Oh, should have a bar. Alright. Let's see what kind of recruits we got in here. We can also see if we can't pick anything else up here. I mean, that'll help me see who I can talk to, I guess. I don't even know who you're fighting anymore. Like, what is going on? There's some weirdness going on right now. Looks like we got a Scorchlander here. That's all right. That is the plastic surgeon. Who the fuck is the bartender? Nobody's tending the bar. helpful. Ow. Nothing else, I guess Mana's getting some toughness training. Ow. My fiance is getting some sleep, so me getting distracted by Discord is probably going to happen whenever it needs me. Walls. Here's the weapon store. God, I just remembered the soup joke. Where are you at? I'm at soup. Why? Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you! Hey, the wind generator's done. I hate to say it, but like a fucking... A Buster Sword isn't really prone to break. Still going off the idea that, like, Gracia would wield a weapon that is least likely to break. No matter what, like a hacker is going to be the sidearm. It's like a battle axe. It requires at least a strength of 10. Yep. It requires a strength of 32 to wield effectively. Or was I looking at the wrong stat? Oh no, that requires a strength of 40. I was looking at the wrong stat. That one requires just a strength of, like, 8. So it's actually a strength of 12. So that'd be fine to equip. Some fun noises. I was wondering what you were wearing. Like, I do think it would be fun to give Gracia a Buster Sword. That's a strength of 14. Better cutting damage. I mean, if you want to talk about a weapon that's not going to break on you, a Leviathan Slayer is definitely going to be the one, but they're apparently really shit to wield. Because they're just overly heavy and just good against Leviathans. That requires a strength of 40. You know what? It would be fun. Let's put the weapon just because it would be fun. Crazy has a Buster Sword. No, really, it has the material holes and all. I don't know why they kept the material holes. They really should have plugged those in the model creator. Then wielding an axe just for good measure. And because Mana is currently doing a lot of the heavy / running. I could knock you out. Wondering who you're fighting. shame that your assassination does not get trained well, because otherwise I would try it. Fight. Ooh. Yeah, you have a makeshift leg that wouldn't catch a lot. That wouldn't get a lot of creds. Fine. Creds, cats. Cats. I don't feel like being lunch. Quick save. Can I just say that, like, a whole planet that's just a desert? Like, while that seems like an alien concept, if you really think about it, Mars is a whole planet that's nothing but a desert. Alright, Mana getting to rot should be okay, so I want to check. Look at some of this progress. Oh, right. I also just want to make... Is there just regular storage? Okay, copper ingots are there. They don't have a specified thing. I want to do the storage box. There we go. Now Salon's gonna get back to it. Okay, we're working on improved stone mining. 50 power. Handy, but not consistent. Okay, but now we can make our own building materials. So then... find where I can building materials. Do. There we go. This is not something that needs to be stored indoors. Put it here. Hell of a bomb. Just in case. And add in a minute. Come on, game. I know you can do it. If you didn't just crash. Shouldn't... Where the fuck? Oh, okay, you're running across the mountain. I'm like, where the fuck did you go? It might take a minute. There we go. And you stopped. Why did you stop? Okay, because your pathfinding broke. You think when you install a pathfinding patch, that the pathfinding is just going to work? It does not. Alright. It does appear that the ad is going to play, so I'm going to do a hard save. Sail to sea. That's funny. This person has the same name that I do. They have good taste. Because it's somebody's theme. It's specifically Mitch's theme. So they got the same IRL name that I do. But anyway, with that, let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with some more Kenshi. I will see you guys in a bit. You know, when you come back, it helps when you unmute your mic before you press play on the game. Anyway, I'm back. It's just been a really random night. Which, I guess in a way is a good thing. Oh god, why are you under attack again? Hello? I'm just trying to kill you this time. Confused, I don't see anything. What's trying to kill? Mana, what is trying to kill you? Mana? God, this is making me think that this is gonna be my fucking reaction to when October swings around this year, because I've got plans. I've got plans for this October. I might be sitting on a handful of horror games. Nothing big and super spooky, like fucking Amnesia or something. But I have some horror games. One of them I do absolutely intend on playing on stream because it's an RPG Maker horror game. Because that... ultimately, that's kind of the horror that I can stand, is like the psychological horror stuff, which RPG Maker games tend to more or less be. You know? Village, where? Okay. That's part of my not metaing, because, like, I know there's a town there. So, like, I could just head straight there, but why would I do that? I don't know that there's a town there, and I haven't found any maps. Plenty of good copper out here, though. But, yeah, that's... I've got Halloween plans. Or October plans. Why are y'all yelling at each other? Fuck you, you goddamn bastard. Y'all need to just stop yelling at each other. People these days. Let's see. What do we got? That's your headhunter. Hiver. I don't think that makes for a good Sarah. Sami, who is a swampa. But another Hiver. Got anything I can buy? Maps, I mean. Map of the swamps. Hey, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Yeah, we can buy the hooch. Buy the good stuff from here. Yep, there we go. Why are you aimless? What are you doing? Come on, let's go. Oof. I lost my train of thought about what was going on in the game. Greasy's here. Inside. I'm going to switch your squad to be a base, because now you're just going to chill here. Don't have a job yet. Oh, fuck. That's a problem. No. Fuck you, game. I forget that beak things exist out here, too. God. But yeah, this is why we try to avoid beak things if we can. They are fast, weirdly so. And we'll just fucking eviscerate your dumbass. So, yeah, you know, no big deal. Oh, fucking swamp ninjas. That's what was trying to attack me before. Okay. Redux. Maybe this time they won't try to kill me. The big things, I mean. Swamp ninjas we can outrun. Surprisingly, even though they're called ninjas. We'd think they'd be faster, but they're not. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, tonight we're just running some weird drowsy time vibes. Which, like, you know, I don't mind. That's kind of what the Kenshi night is. It's a very experimental kind of playthrough night, anyway. So it's not really meant to be taken, like, super seriously and meant to, like, be super loud. Just because of the fact that Kenshi is a much slower game. It doesn't require me to lock in as much. It's just here for me to ramble. Ramble, do something cool as a little bit of a project. See if I can accomplish it. Because it'd be cool if I can actually make like a properly functioning adventurers guild that then goes out and collects bounties and then has our ultimate end goal be out here into the Ashlands. And for folks that haven't played Kenshi, like, you know what's out in the Ashlands. Like, that is quite a tall order. It's not an impossible order. And in fact, my approach as an adventurers guild is probably one of the more rational approaches. Yeah, because right now Mana's the only active person. God, I would kill to have a robot, a skeleton. Let's quick save, and if necessary, if things start to break a little bit, we will hard load rather than in-game load. Alright. Is Jin still doing research? Yes, copper plates into basic exercises. I mostly at this point just want to keep my eyes peeled for anything that would, you know, like to eat my throat for dinner. And if you think that is a rather colorful way to describe that, well, you have not been attacked by a big thing in Kenshi. They suck. I mean, you saw how much damage it did to my chest. Like, it put me into negative 100. Which, if I were a human, or if Mana was a human, rather, they would just be fucking dead. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because, like, that exceeds my, like, health value by 100%. I'm being attacked by another fucking ninja. Oh no, that's a green katana. Slightly different. Not by much. Why are your gates closed? Guys? Guys, why are your gates closed? Hello? Do I really have to go through to the other side? Mona, please. Hasn't lost interest yet. Yeah, frankly, if I just stay in the water where he can't attack me, like, I'm safe. So, again, to bring it up, like, swimming is basically a pointless skill in Kenshi. Like, the skill reads that this is your ability to swim faster and further without drowning. You can't drown. And I know I've mentioned that in another part of Kenshi, but there's no mechanical purpose to this other than slowing you down. But to be fair to the game, there's so little water in the majority of areas that you explore that it doesn't really come up and become relevant. It's mostly only relevant if you want to explore the ocean areas, which is where mechanically not drowning should apply. Because here in the swamp, if the water is relatively calm, like, there's not a high risk of drowning in the first place. But yeah, it's at least a little frustrating that I have to swim the long fucking way around before I can get into the town. We're a colorful bunch. And a new faction, if I'm not mistaken. Mudtown's supposed to be owned by one of the other factions, I thought. Don't worry, Mana's only a little torn up. She'll be fine. Oh, that's fun. I'm just gonna get into town while they're all distracted. Mana, there's an open door. Well, that is certainly awkward. Come on, stop. You're not stuck. I'm just going to point out that they're not really attacking, but no, the swamp raptors are. Seems a bit much that guys are attacking them because they're swamp raptors are supposed to be rather docile. Ow. Ow. Okay, Mana's blood KO'd. Mana should be okay, though. Because the head and chest are the only areas that are wounded that could keep Mana KO'd. And the bleeding will eventually stop. What? Who? I'm confused. What did I do? That was too loud. But, like, what the fuck did I do? I demand a trial. I mean, they're not gonna throw me in jail, but this complicates things a little bit. Of course I just remember they're going to be under attack here in a sec. Appropriate music, I suppose. Ran out of fucking supplies. Didn't we? Okay, but we need to... Gender's fine. Everybody else needs to avoid them. I think Jinder is fine. Or Jin, rather. Because Jin actually has an okay athletic score. Everybody else doesn't. And we ran out of building materials. Fuck. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we run out of research, that's another matter. Because then I'll tell Jin to get the fuck out of Dodge. But at the moment, we want to get them to come here. We want to activate them and then get Jin to run. Oh, I know why Mana was wanted for burglary, because Mana was busting down the gate like an idiot, even though I told her to move. Dumb, I hate that. Yeah, if the wind never dies down, we never run out of power, which means that this manual stone processor never, you know, stops. We know that's not going to be the case. We'll have to build a wall around iron deposits here. Right now, that's not the biggest issue. Protecting this little tiny area is kind of an issue. It actually got big enough that this place can get raided now. Fuck. Okay. Well, I mean, them's the breaks. It's supposed to be a mining outpost. I want to keep it that way. We don't need that many constructions. On us back up. Do some first aid. Make sure you don't bleed out. Yeah, that'll fade in 2 days. Now would be a good time to work on Mana's stealth. Both because it's turning into night, and also because Mana has a bounty in this town, so... Well, because it's night, and because Mana has, like, a bounty. Basic exercises. Are they just stuck there? I mean, the hope is not. spotted by somebody who evidently didn't care. Getting spotted by a lot of people. You know, considering Mana isn't getting harassed. Technically a gambling hall, isn't it? Over under 7. Heads or tails? Dr. Chung, I believe, is actually a named NPC. Johan. Skeleton. Oh, that's tempting. I think I can recruit a skeleton. That's weird. That's slightly discounted. We got the cats. Okay. Permanent party member. This is... Alright. Time... Figure out how I want to customize this guy. Something else. Athletics bad, stealth bad, farming's bad, thievery's bad, first aid is not good, swimming's not good, though that's a little of... That's not of consequence, really. Because skeletons don't swim, they walk through water. But they still use their swimming skill when they walk through water. Dodging's bad. Good with heavy weapons, toughness, robotics, attack, and strength. As far as they can kind of do a little bit of everything. Them being better with heavy weapons makes me want to make, like, most of these skeletons into, like, badasses, in a way. Just a big-ass skeleton, a giant. Yeah, we're gonna be here a bit, so don't mind me. I think I like the really, really tall skeleton. We gotta remember the cubed rule. critical, because if he's too big, then like he won't be able to support his own weight. I forget if it's the cubed rule or the cubed law, as far as what it's called. But it basically describes that, like, there is a limit to how big something can be three-dimensionally until it can no longer support its own weight. Just a fucking car-sized chest. Give him some reasoning why he's not able to dodge well. And then feet size doesn't matter because he can't wear boots. Give him different colored eyes. I like white. I doubt you can see it, but the jaw is actually like the width of that wire connecting to the back of his head. That's silly. Big, sassy robot. What's a good, like, gender-neutral name for a robot? I don't know why, but the name Chris came to mind, which is a good gender-neutral name. What if I did it like KR15, but we call him Chris, or we call them Chris? We'll do it that way. So KR15 Chris. Okay. I love their portrait. They only cost $2,500. And yet they're a trained character. And they had cats on their person. Huh. So I got some of that money back. So really, they only cost like 1,000 cats. Huh. That's weird. Okay, so they're a trained character. They only cost 2,500 cats. It ultimately means they costed like 1,000 cats because what they gave me. Or what they had on hand. Huh. Don't that just beat all? Also, if characters ever pull their name from that name, they'll go, "What do you think, KR15 Chris?" Even though technically speaking, it's supposed to just be like, "Oh yeah, that's just Chris." Oh my god, don't fucking. They're a farmer, But that could just be Sarah's side job. Or not. Was it Sarah? I need to triple check. Or Sarah. You're hired. The reason I did this is because, as described by Jinder, who offered the name Lady of Grace, Grace comes with dexterity and dodging, so really hard to hit, and also really good with katanas. Well, it's funny that they're a farmer, because Scorchlanders are bad at farming. We'll deal with it. Graceful. Keep it this. I kind of like the idea of someone who's short but graceful. They're a little thin. They have to have good posture. What is going on with this this posture already? What? There's some interesting clipping there. I didn't realize that it'd take fucking forever and a day to get to this part. But we got Sarah. Short, the leg length is fine. Thinner arms. Smaller, daintier hands. Just a giant chest. And then giant bazongas. I jest. I mean, that's if she were lying down and boobs don't space that way naturally. Hands are doing some bad clipping. Good Lord, you can have a hell of a skinny waist. We're almost there. Thank you for your patience. Pants are like awfully modeled if they're clipping that badly. Like, I guess you can feasibly explain it that they are just torn. Even though that feels a little lazy. Like bulk. The arm bulk a bit. Also should be a little on the smaller side. Face. Basic, not custom. Well, if there's no Scola, that implies that they're blind. There should at the very least be some black dots to indicate they can see. I guess they're having gold eyes for some reason. Begin. No. Bit thicker neck. Isn't this kind of uptight feeling? We'll get there. I'll definitely be done by the time ads end. If nothing else. This customization takes a little bit because it's like there's a lot of things I'm trying to think of all at once. There we go. I guess I'm sure exists more or less in real life. Kind of reminds me of like Sheik from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. A little bit. Give that a little bit more length. Or like a Gerudo. That. Feels so wrong because you can see him from the side. There we go. That. Ugh, it feels uncanny. That also feels pretty uncanny. That feels pretty good. Good. Farewell, friends. We're not done with the stream. Get out of here. How dare you? Anyway, once again, thanks to Popsky for being super cool and letting these kinds of songs of his be played on stream. Yeah. So there we go. I mean, I actually kind of like the idea of like a small little bit of underbite. Because most people you see like have an overbite. Underbite's not really something that like you see a whole lot of. But some people do have an underbite. It's slight usually, because if you have an overly pronounced underbite, it can actually cause like some medical issues, I think. I might be making that up. But it is a thing. I'm pleased with this character creation. I'm sure somewhere in this, there's like some stereotyping and some assumptions based kind of on how I think a person of color's face should be molded. Just like self-critique. Which admittedly, I don't have someone that I can bounce ideas off of at this time. I think it's a good face. Like, I think I have given her a good face. Pretty well defined, and not stereotypical. I hope. I could totally be putting my foot in my mouth. Okay, these are all anime hair. This is some redone hair. This is hair that was pulled from, like, bark. I like this. Brr. Bright red. Let's go with some color. Yeah, like something like an aqua. I like that. Yeah. Then you don't see the hair anyway. I think that your spine should be fucked in so many ways, but I mean, like, whatever works. Yep, there it is. 40 farming. Otherwise, a fresh recruit. Now, let's get to work. Found. Now it's a fucking matter of how I get to town in the meantime. Well, I'm thinking of town. Are they stuck? What's going on? Because they don't appear to be moving. Really now noticing I'm getting quite tired. I want to investigate this first. Because I'm in the swamp. I've got one person that has like no athletic skills. Another person that won't really have much of an opportunity to get out if I'm not careful. We just gotta get here. We head north. Then we work our way around. And then get back. That's got to be the way to do it. Close to dislodge him. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, they attacked the rebel farm. They attacked these people. That's why they haven't been moving. It's like they attacked or got attacked. Oh my god. Who was their war leader? Yeah, I don't think it's coming. Their war leader might be dead. If their war leader's dead, then that's it. Oh, that's not good. I'm just hoping the Shek Ranchers can get out of this. Well, I wasn't expecting that resolution. So, I think a quest is open about getting vengeance against the rebel farmers for decimating a ranch. Yeah, no, even if there's no bounty, that's kind of not cool. Can't just run around and do that. Only been a few minutes after the third intermission. I think I call it here. Just mostly because I'm getting tired. Wow, that is quite the light. Okay. So really the current objective is to figure out how the fuck you have a medkit. Mana. Real objective is to get these three back to base. Athletics. And hopefully they won't be murdered. That is a big bit of a hopefully. we're gonna save. I'm tired. I'm not gonna be able to keep streaming for much longer, or at the very least, to be an entertaining streamer, and I don't want to end up, like, accidentally falling asleep or something at the wheel. So we're just gonna call it. Folks, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the stream. Good time. Oh my goodness. It is one of your most valuable resources, and I appreciate you spending even a minute of it here. Give me folks to ramble at, talk about what I've been up to, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna either go to bed or stay up a little bit later and do some other stuff. I much appreciate it. So with that, folks, please remember you're always welcome here at Mana's Potion. And I'll see you next time. Somebody pick up that phone.